Good morning traders, it is the 18th of May, my name's Mark and we are Crypto Collective bringing you a technical breakdown today. And over the last few days you have probably been sweating somewhat looking at the demise of crypto and the war of words with Elon Musk and the rest of the crypto world. What his narrative is remains to be seen, but I'm sure over the coming days and weeks we will find out whether he's made some large acquisitions or whether he's just been playing the market and seeing how influential his tweets are. Well, let's take a look at Bitcoin and see whether it was a good time to buy yesterday or whether we should be still sitting out of the market. Well, I'm going to zoom in on the daily chart here. This is the top left chart. And I just want you to focus on a couple of points that are going to be really pivotal to show you why Confluence can give you confidence in taking trades when we're looking at technical aspects. So first thing we want to look at is where do we see some key support areas and what would be a potential driver. So if we look at the swing high over here, swing low, we can see the market has come into this particular area. Is that enough to trade on? Potentially for some traders, yes, but if you're looking for more reasons, then right, well, let's start building up the picture. So first thing I'm going to say is we can see this move here, and then we've got correction and then another impulsive move lower that comes into our support area that we highlighted and resistance area here. Now if we then bring in our Fibonacci tool, I want you to start looking. If you've not heard of it, this is what we call an ABCD pattern. It's just talking about a series of moves that when formed usually finds a reversal area, and you're looking for this kind of pattern to complete at a point of structure. So let's bring in our structure through here, so we can see we've got resistance over here coming into support here. Old resistance becomes new support. We're looking at this impulsive move lower that forms a new low and a lower high coming into structure. We get a 61.8 retracement. We can see the market clusters in this area here, so we can see consolidation and then we get that move lower. So this is what we got: the A, the B, oops, excuse my squiggles, then we've got the C and then the D. So what this means is we've got a measured move that completes into structure. So there's multiple reasons as to why the market is going to potentially find buyers at this point. Now not only do we have an equal move, so if I just show you that the equal move is here, then if I just drag and copy, so we paste it, you can see there's the start of the move, that's where it finishes. And then not only do we have the 61.8 retracement, it also completes at the 127 extension. So again, we've got the measured move, the fib extension, the point of confluence from resistance becoming support, so, and then we also have the even number, the 42,000. So lots of reasons why buyers will come in at this area. Now if we want to take it one step further, rather than just buying at this zone, what could we do? Well, we could drop down the time frame, see what is potentially happening. Now let me just remove this because I don't like a lot of noise on my charts. So at the 4 hour you might be looking at this and say, right, well, what else can we see that is apparent? Well, you might see this structure point here, and then it'd be, okay, well, what can we do with this? So we can see that potential resistance level there. So old support becomes new resistance. So let's drop down another time frame. Now we can see another picture forming. So yes, this is still present. We still want to bear in mind what we can see here. But we also want to look at this. We found a double bottom where the market effectively tried to create a new low, failed. So how can we look at trading this? Well, if you weren't the aggressive trader and you weren't looking to buy down here, then what we look for is price to create a new high. So failed attempt to put in a new low, so then we're looking for a new high. When price creates a new high, this is our call sign to basically say, right, okay, the market is potentially bottomed now. I'm going to look for a higher low. So ideally I want to see price come into the 46,500, 46,400. Could even test a little bit lower. So anywhere in this region here, if we get a new high, I'm going to be looking for buys on Bitcoin to get long this market. Now, does it mean I'm going to buy Bitcoin? Potentially. But what it does mean is we're potentially seeing buyer sentiment in the market. So if we're looking for buyer sentiment, that might mean we want to look at alternative markets that have performed better during this period and will be giving us buy setups. So that's one way of looking at it. Now let's take a look at another market. So over here we've got Ethereum. I just want to show you the daily chart in the top left hand corner, and we can see price came into the 3150, 3160, which is where the market found a retracement, and then buyers came in. So we do have some support here because that's where the market retraced to, and then you see the same things happened. Now what happens when we look at the 4-hour chart? Well, we can see a couple of things on the 4-hour chart. This is the top right. We had something that I spoke about in a video the other day, which is the head and shoulders formation. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder, neckline. Now what can happen from this in a technical perspective is the distance from the head to the neckline could be the next retracement. So we could see the market in theory come somewhere down to around the 2750. Now if the market is going to be stronger and recover quicker, then we would want to see the market break higher and back through the neckline. So is it a buy yet? For me, no, because right now the sentiment could be from here to roll over and keep going short towards that 2750. Where do I want to get long? Well, getting long is simple. We just want to wait for price to break this counter trend line. We want to wait for price to break the neckline here, the yellow line. So we see that move higher. That means we've now changed, shift in sentiment, and then we can look for that higher low and potential next move higher. So just being disciplined with looking at Ethereum, guys. And then two markets that I'm very interested in, because not only have they remained strong while we've seen a bear market over the last few days, and literally the crypto world has been hurt considerably, these have gone on to perform extremely well. Sol, big admirer of Solana. Looking for previous video a week or so ago, we were talking about Sol to 60. We still think it's going to go past that, but let's take a look. We can see that the box range it's been in, you know, we were getting opportunities potentially down at 41, 42 area, but the question is, do you want to be buying when the market is in a bear market? So sentiment is wait for it to change, because if this is buoyant in a bear market, as soon as the tide turns and we have buyers back in the marketplace, we should in theory start to see a really strong move on Sol. So looking for a breakout above 50, and then we can look for a potential add-in trade where we're looking for a retest of around that 50.5 to 50.6 area for further upside. Now Matic is absolutely flying, whether it's supply issues, fundamental reasons, or both. Obviously the fundamentals behind Matic are very strong, but we spoke about looking for pullbacks on Matic, and you can see, you know, if you were to just use your simple counter trend line that we've drawn in, you're looking for breaks above this counter trend line, and as soon as you get that solid close above, there we go, there's our momentum break. If we look at it, and that's looking on the H1, if we look at it on the H4, which is the top right chart, you can see very simple. You're putting in your contrarian trend line, and then we're looking for a close above, which we don't get, and then there's your momentum break. So you could use the tips of the wicks on the 4-hour here, or you could use this first solid full candle close and body above on the H1. Preference comes down to your trading technique and your trading style. Just going to give you a few solutions, the options to look at there for you to start trialing and testing and see what works best. Right, that's it from Crypto Collective today, guys. Remember, we are not financial advisors. We are just a team of crypto enthusiasts that are looking to bring you the best technical instructions and education to help you make a great decision on your next crypto. We will be in the near future producing some excellent fundamental information for you to review in the form of videos, PDFs, so please keep an eye out on our Twitter accounts, website, which will be launching soon. And in the meantime, if you do have any questions, please make sure you comment below and we will come back to you as soon as possible. Thanks guys, have a great day, bye bye.